let's talk about advice and instruction. I have a few things to say about this. I have watched all my life, and I've been guilty of it myself. I've watched people absolutely refuse to take advice and instruction. I've watched people flounder, and I'm not talking about people that don't want to succeed in life. I'm talking about people in general, people with desire and dreams and ambition.
Do it myself.
I can do it by myself. Okay, now.
Don't tell me.
In my life, I have a lot of reason for that. I had to be self-starter, had to be self-motivated. I was self-educated. I had to do a lot by myself. I had to figure out a lot of life by myself early on, from early on.
You're self-taught in a lot of things.
But it was problematic for me because I became one of those people that I was like, no, I don't trust anybody. I've got to do shit by myself.
I don't need your help.
I lost a lot of trust when I was a kid for people. But that doesn't excuse not taking instruction.
Especially from successful people.
Especially.
That have done it, and they kind of have a proven track record.
Yeah.
And they can tell you exactly how they did it, and they give their little bullet points of things that you could do.
We're talking to you people. So take this to heart. Okay. I remember specifically when I was a young buck, and God, I admired your dad. I love your dad. I just have always idolized that guy. He's just a good man. You got to know this guy. And he's very successful and very calm and just positive. Yeah. So we were in mountains in, I think it was Utah, and we went to a ski resort. And
Montana, I think.
Oh, and you had taught me to ski. I don't want to drag this story out too long, but you had taught me to ski a couple of years before up in New York.
That was scary.
When we started dating, I was a Louisiana boy, and I went up to New York to visit her.
Now don't
family.
Just go when we get off the lift.
She took me on. I got off the lift and I went straight down and landed on my face.
Shit.
So, but then we got with, and I did it a few times, and got kind of got a handle on it, and I figured out how to ski more or less by myself with her trying to instruct me, but she didn't really know how to teach me how to ski.
Just do this. Come on,
It wasn't translating. I wish it had. But so we were skiing. We're out with her father on some mountain in Utah or Montana, and he says, "Jay, why don't you take lessons?" And I was like,
"What?"
Instantly, hide was chapped. I was like, I'm good. I'm just going to hang out with my family, Gary. Thank you. He was so right. He saw that I was novice. He knew that my history, that I was from the lowlands and I just didn't ski, and that Jen had taken me out a couple of times, but I was resistant to taking instruction. Had I gone to a class that day, it would have taken me a few hours.
Yeah.
I would have been separated. Can you imagine why I didn't want to be separated from my family? I think we had kids by then. But
tethered.
And so that was my excuse. There's always an excuse. There's always a reason.
Yeah. Well, and you learned well. I mean, you did great.
But that's not my point. Is I want people to take instruction. In fact, I want people to seek out instruction, advice.
I read self-help books all the time.
That is so fantastic.
They lay it out like almost like a workbook. Like, here's all you have to do to be successful and to like create your own reality.
So there you are. If you can't take advice from a person one-on-one, face-to-face,
or that you know,
read.
Yeah.
Read books on the things that you want to know.
Or watch seminars. Or
watch.
Yeah.
Read and watch. Yeah.
There's so many.
That's true. You don't have to read. If you abhor reading, that's a shame, because you learn more when
Books on tape.
You absorb more when you read. But learn. Take
courses. I mean,
whatever you can. So.
There's so many ways you can get it for free.
Yes.
So you just go on YouTube, watch some videos.
Now, so over the years, I have watched people literally fall on their faces and fall by the wayside. People who could have really done great things. I've had relatives like this. I've had friends like this. I recently watched a colleague who wouldn't take any advice. They will take scant advice, just little bits and pieces. But
Yeah.
generally, they want to do it. They want to do everything on their own, and they think what do I call that? I call that smartest person in the world syndrome. You know, I'm the smartest person in the world. Thanks, but no thanks. I don't
Yeah.
need your advice. Man, that's just the wrong.
I got my way. I got my plan.
That's the wrong way to live. So,
Well, I mean, you do want to listen to your intuition sometimes, but
you know,
if other people can help you along the way, I mean, there's so much information out there,
that's a good point. Yeah.
and there's abundance for everybody. There's not just a little bit to go around. There's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, never ending, infinite
Yeah.
amounts of wisdom and money and love and all
There are
that.
so many things, Jen, that in my life I could have done. I could have picked up so much more quickly
Yeah.
had I been able to. I think we've talked about this before. I just developed an aversion to educational systems
Yeah.
because I was in so
you
many
kind
different
of have to be vulnerable
schools.
to let somebody teach you.
Yeah.
So
I did terrible in school. I went to 11 schools or 12 schools before I was in the 9th grade, and I dropped out of the 9th grade right
Yeah.
away. And it was really, really, I squirmed in my seat all those years because it was just, I was lost. I
Yeah.
was so confused. I couldn't get with any curriculum because I'd been
yeah.
in so many different learning environments. Again, that's not an excuse. You have to pick up the ball at some point in your life and say, I've got to be open. I've got to open my mind to what other people can tell me. I've not been around that corner. I don't know what's around that bend. That person has been around that bend. Why not let them inform me?
Yeah.
So
True.
it's a big deal. I
Yeah.
just think we win so much when we are, as you say, vulnerable enough to allow people to
Be-
educate us.
Be a protege.
Yeah,
Yep.
accept the tutelage of others
I do. I
Who-
do all the time.
who have succeeded at the things that you want to
Yeah.
succeed at. Now, I use the analogy for this that I used to get ripped off all the time. You know what never really got stolen? Heavy stuff. Think about that for a minute.
You leave something really heavy in the back of your truck, you're
Unless
like,
it had
taking
wheels. Unless it had wheels.
Yeah.
I had 2 motorcycles stolen, uninsured. But unless it had wheels, I noticed people don't want to do the heavy lifting.
that. Yeah.
Similarly, when you have, I've stood before people sometimes, and they've said, "Tell me how you did such and such. Was that easy? Was that hard?" And I'll say, "Well, it's both.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. You're interested in this? Yeah, I'm very interested in this subject or in that career. Well, I can help you." You tell them a little, and they're very interested, and they're eager to learn, kind of. And then their eyes glaze over a little bit, and they walk away, and you talk to them in 6
Wow,
months.
yeah.
So how did you do? Have you done anything with that? Or like, say, building a YouTube channel, anything like that, or starting an acting career.
It's just the unknown, but
Yeah.
you're trying to make it not so much the unknown for them.
But I was telling Jennifer recently, I said, I've been so many times where I felt like I can tell people, or someone can tell you, a person, I can lay out how to be a millionaire in 6 months. You want to learn? Most people say, yeah, I
Heck
want to
yeah.
learn. Okay, you got to do this, this, this. Here are the stages. Here are the steps. Here's some homework for you. Here, you're going to have to be disciplined. The eyes glaze over. It's not really that complicated.
No,
There
but
are a
it
lot
takes
of
work. I
paths.
mean, you have to take action, and it does take work.
But there are a
Okay.
lot of paths to complete independence. And then some people will use the excuse, they'll say things like, I don't want to be rich anyway. I don't need to be rich. I had a friend tell me that when I was a kid. And
Well,
I was like,
and-
what? Why wouldn't you want to be rich?
That's your block. That's your wall that you've put up, and it's really hard to break that down to be able to accept becoming rich. And some people think that it's evil to have money.
It is so the opposite of evil. You can do
Yeah,
so
oh my
much
gosh.
good when you're rich. You can do
Yep.
so much better. You can
Most-
be happy,
Yep.
happier. You know, I've had some good times when I was poor, but damn, they would have been a lot better if I had some cash on me.
Yeah.
You know,
For rich or for poor,
Yeah.
it's better to have money.
it's good to be able to. It's good
Like
to
my
be
dad
able
always says.
to enjoy yourself in either situation. You
Yeah.
know, with or without. You know,
Yeah.
many of us have proven that we can enjoy life either way.
Yeah.
But like it's like saying, you know, I can run this roller coaster without grease. Well, sure you can, for a while, and then it's not fun anymore.
It's very loud.
So, advice,
Yeah. Take it.
yeah, and education. It's just
If you
so
can.
important. It can save you a lifetime of research and
Pain.
heartache and struggle. You know, I recently did a project, and a friend of mine was encouraged to do the same thing, and I said, call me because I can save you a lot of heartache
Yeah.
on this project, because I just did it recently, and
I can help you.
I can help you
get rid of
avoid
the
all the
stumbling
pitfalls.
blocks,
Yeah. And so quite frequently you don't hear from people when you make those offers, because it's like having kids. You know, you tell your
Yeah.
kid, look, we told our kids so many times, no, don't do that, because
Blah, blah,
you
blah.
will be hurt very badly, and things will go badly. And what did we see? They have to learn
For
from their
themselves.
own
Yeah.
mistakes. They have to make their own mistakes.
Yeah.
So we're all grown-ups now, and you're never too old to learn.
Yeah.
So if there's something that you really want to go for, if you have some bucket list items, or you're younger and you have some career ideas, get advice.
Yep. Advice and training.
Yeah.
So helpful.
But I don't have time, so don't bother me with that stuff. Just kidding.
Exoman loves to help people.
Oh, stop it. Anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about, is that stuff.
Yep. Taking advice. So intelligent.
And there's the rumpus sound.
He's tired. He's like, come on, man. Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
All right. Love you guys. Thanks for watching.
You're so cute. Stop it. No. No hands.